in the restaurant industry anyway, the two biggest costs you have are food cost and labor, right? And so that's why the managers are on people to like not throw food away, not ring up stuff so where they have to give it away for free. And then the other half of the job is managing time effectively. Now, the way we were able to break our production record and make more profit on less sales is, you have a line at the door for dinner and lunch every day. At least at our store we did. So people are willing to wait for 45 minutes to get into your restaurant, but that's only for like 2 hours a day, maybe 3 hours total, for the dinner rush, and then maybe an hour or two for lunch, right? Well, what if you could just maximize your servers, make sure that every table in the restaurant's filled, make sure that the second a person leaves, that table better not be dirty for more than 5 seconds before somebody else gets put in there. Managing every moment so that restaurant is operating at peak capacity.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. And then that hour wait turns into 20-minute wait, and then you're able to make more sales in a condensed amount of time. And then when there is no line at the door, you make your cuts, you get people out of there, and you do what you're supposed to do. You don't sit in the office and screw around, or you don't,
fuck around.
You're there to make money, make your money, go elsewhere.
Yep.
And there's so much lost revenue in mismanagement. Business is shut down for that.
Yeah. But you've been managing all beyond Ruby Tuesdays, because I remember you were managing at Applebee's down in Florida also. And that kind of had a different approach. That Applebee's was doing shitty in sales, where as Ruby Tuesdays was kind of already established, and they brought you in to just like make sure things like keep running smoothly, and you keep that well-oiled machine oiled up and trucking along. When at the Applebee's, you basically invented you invented theme nights, and you invented this whole little marketing gimmick that got a bunch of people in.
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. That almost got me fired too.
Yeah,
because I was young and I was ambitious.
But you were like a nobody though at the time, right?
Yeah.
So I think you can take what you've learned, like from being that nobody. Was that your first manager position?
No. So way back in the day, I was a kitchen manager of a little Irish pub in Brainerd, Minnesota.
Okay.
I worked
there
for.
There?
Yeah, what's that? It got bought out. But then I moved down to Florida and got hired at Bob Evans. And that's where I got put with a really good general manager who taught me how to run a store productively. And he got put into that store because it was a losing store. And if you're a manager, you're given two jobs really by your district operator, for at least in the restaurant industry. Your job is either to run the store and make sure that it continues to make money, or like you're a transitioning manager where you're known for taking a losing business and making it a winning one. And then there's a fire somewhere else. So your DO takes you out of that store, puts you into another store, and then they try to put in another manager to like not lose money again, right?
Okay.
Like that's it's fairly common in the industry to do. So I got my name in that type of industry as being a transitionary manager, basically imagine like Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay, right?
That was you. Like you were the John Taffer on Bond Rescue, or the Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares. Failing restaurants are going down. They would bring you in to help bring money and bring in sales.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Transition it, and then most of the time you fire most of the staff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, so I did that successfully for a number of years with Bob Evans. Went to Applebee's. Did it again in Applebee's. Then they brought us to another store, or put me, because I got so tired working for Applebee's, just being used and abused.
Yeah.
So they asked me, what store do you want to go in? And I'm like, please give me this super slow store. And I went to this, like, it was Fleming Island.
Applebee's or no?
Yeah, it was a different Applebee's, but it was organized by the same group. It was franchise.
Okay.
So we went to this little Applebee's in Fleming Island, Florida, and it was brand new. It opened up perfect. Everything went fine. But then, as all restaurants do, right? Like they start up high because everyone wants a brand new thing, and then it tanks.
Yeah.
And it got down to like $20,000 a week in sales. And the people that actually opened that store up didn't do their job because that area was so small. It couldn't support the restaurant that was there because it was an oversaturated market.
Yeah.
So they asked me to figure out a way to make money so that they weren't bleeding, because basically at 7 p.m. it was an empty store.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. let's do theme nights.
Yeah.
So
and this is an idea that just popped into your head.
Well,
Like,
there's a bar that was down the road, and they had their Thursday night like Bargo was just packed.
yeah.
Like the whole town was there.
Okay.
You know, and I'm like, and then another place had like ladies' night on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
You know, kind of a thing, yeah. And they were packed on Tuesday nights, so you can definitely tell in the area people respond to like those deals, right?
Mhm.
That's just what they did in that area. So I'm like, fuck, man, let's just have a theme night on like a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
And I think we did
And
it.
was this
on
like
Wednesdays.
a small kind of community? Like how many people were living in like the neighborhood?
Fleming Island area was, I mean, at the time, it was maybe 20,000 people in the whole area.
20,000?
It's a
Okay.
suburb of Jacksonville, like an
Yeah.
extreme southern.
Okay. That's a good amount.
Yeah.
20,000. Yeah.
Pretty good. But when you start looking at it, it's like one road going through the town,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like another one that kind of passes by it. They're busy, but I mean, when you have 30 restaurants in a like 1 mile square radius, you know, that
It's a lot of
20,000.
competition, dude.
Yeah.
And especially, I say most people don't want to just go to like a generic Applebee's. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of like maybe a really cool local restaurant or some other mom and pop shop that like started in the suburban area of Jacksonville that is more trendier.
Yeah.
Has better food too.
Well, that's where all the customers were going. They were
Yeah.
going to those. They went to Applebee's because it just opened up and it was brand new. It's pretty generic corporate
Yep,
restaurant.
It's what it is.
And then they started going back to their old mom and pop places that they went. Like the one was called Players Club, and the other one was like Whitey's Fish Camp, right?
Mhm.
So I started looking at that and going, well, let's just do a theme night. And then I even told my DO, I'm like, now this isn't exactly what Applebee's is known for,
Right.
You know, like so.
But you guys were franchise though, right? You weren't a corporate one.
You weren't corporate, but
you
you still have to
Obey corporate rules.
Yeah, within
Okay.
certain guidelines.
Sure.
It's looser than like a corporate Applebee's, but like they had some flexibility with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, we had the theme nights that we offered were, and I just said, keep posting what we're doing. We took corporate friendly photos, you know, and it was our theme nights, we did like a Ricky Bobby night. This was when Ricky Bobby first came out, like
Talladega
Talladega Nights. Yeah. So it was $50 gift card to the best costume, and you had to dress according to that theme.
Okay.
And then we had dollar shots of like Jägermeister and tequila.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a little party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
theme
we
party.
did
You guys did Halloween every fucking week.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Everyone's favorite holiday every week.
You know,
there.
it was half price appetizers, and then I think we did like a beer special, like a mug of beer was
Sure.
something. It was like $4.
Fuck,
or
do you
something
say
like
dollar Jaeger bombs?
that. Yeah,
God damn,
dude, you could get going there and just get smashed
Yeah.
for cheap, you know. And-
Also shows like, dude, that cheap drinks, people will go. I've learned that, dude. There's plenty of dive bars around here in Minnesota where, like, I think just the environment of the bar is shit. Hell, the staff even sucks. But they get super fucking busy because you can get wasted for $10 over there.
Yeah. You know, and let's
like-
be honest, man, like you get a cheap bottle of like rum
Yeah.
that no one's ever, like Silver Wolf, you know what I mean? Like no one ever knows the name
right.
of. Nobody cares because it's $1.
Right.
And you're
No, it's
making
true.
money off that bottle.
Yeah,
You know?
a lot of money too. Because fuck, how much was the money for your company? What was a bottle of Silver Wolf cost you? What, like $3? Maybe $5?
Maybe 3, yeah. Because
Or
by
maybe-
the time you buy the whole case, you know, the case is what? I mean, it's what, $30 a case? Was
Yeah.
there 12 bottles in there, you know? So yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like $10 a bottle, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like 3
Yeah.
times 12. Yeah, that's $30.
Yeah.
For-
and then you
that's
get
$10.
20 shots, technically. If you don't over pour, realistically, you probably get more like 15 to 18. If you're free pouring at an Applebee's theme night, getting a shot out of each
Well,
one.
so
You know
you
what I
can
mean?
you can
Unless you made them jigger.
no, you don't
No
do
jigger?
that.
You didn't
just
make 'em
buy
jigger?
the real small shot glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want
they're
that.
exactly the 1 ounce one.
Yeah,
There
you can
go.
buy those to get away with it. Which that was the tequila. We bought the
Yeah.
the test tube ones.
Yeah.
Because like those are like they look better and they're able to control the pour better.
Dude, it's funny how much just what type of glass you put a shot in matters. Like when we would be working at Williams, we'd have those actual kind of like lowball ones with the rock. You know what I mean? I is that the correct name for it? That the ones
The
we
rocks
use for
glass?
Yeah. No, we would have two small ones. One would be big, thicker than the other and wider. The other one would be meant for shots. But
Oh,
if you,
yeah.
But
I know
if
what
you
you're talking
poured a regular shot, like a 1 ounce one, and just like those standard ones that you're talking about, those tiny ones,
Mhm.
and you put it in there, and like they even fill it up halfway. I think what the line in this one's like 1.5 ounces, and people would bitch about it, dude.
Oh, getting those small ones. Well, I think it depends. Like, look, I mean, if you're gonna
You
be
want
doing,
it to look full, is basically what I'm trying to say.
yeah, and that's why the test tube shots came in handy because they were cheap. You could throw them away, and it looks like you have more in there because they're taller and thinner.
Yeah.
So people can't look at it and go, "Oh, well, that's just a standard little 1 ounce shot."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's like when they look at it in a tall, thin glass, if it's filled up all the way, they look at it like, fuck. But if you put in like a low ball that's wide and it's like filled up this, and they're like, what is this shit?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and they get pissed about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny what the perception of reality is. You know, but regardless, yeah. So we did all that, and people were coming in like dressed with
What was day-
napkins.
yeah.
You know, like the girls were like,
Nice.
it turned into slut
Nice,
fest.
nice, dude. But hey, dude, but that brings in the guys, dude, and then the guys are going to start spending money.
It
like,
did.
imagine just being to like a random group of college kids that just say, let's stop at Applebee's, get a bite to eat, and then there's girls walking around with fucking napkins covering their tits. They're like, okay, we're gonna be coming back to this Applebee's.
Yeah,
Like,
and it was we did a 90s schoolgirl night. I mean, you name it, we did a lot of little
it's so
these themes.
bizarre to hear that this is happening at an Applebee's.
Yeah, we
Like,
did a beach theme, and everyone was wearing like bikinis, and you know, the dudes were coming in with, you know what I mean, no shirts and stuff. You had to have shoes on, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
But you could have a shirt off.
I
Yeah.
mean, technically no, but no one.
okay.
I mean, the governing agency wasn't in there
Right.
at the time.
At the time.
Yeah, and let's face it, how many bars have you been to where like
No,
there's a
that-
girl with a bikini top serving you?
Yeah, not
They
many.
can't have that.
Yeah.
But no one's really doing anything about it, right?
Right.
You know?
Do we have a rule in Minnesota for that?
Yeah, no shirt, no shoes, no service, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
But I
you
mean,
have
like-
to, by health code, you have to have like shirt on, and you have to have, you know, like even your legs, you're not supposed to be in shorts.
Oh, really? Damn,
Yeah.
I wore shorts when I was bartending last Friday.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, that's kind of like a lax thing. I don't think if the health inspector came in,
He's gonna
they'd
get
say,
mad at
"Hey,
you
look,
for it,
yeah, you know." But I think, you know, obviously, if you don't have a shirt on,
Sure, you're gonna get fucked over.
you know,
with.
yeah, they're going to say something about it.
So as as theme nights continue, bring us to the end of it.
Well,
And I guess the process of it, the kind of the whole journey, you know.
yeah, they became more popular and more popular and
each
more
one.
popular with each
Yeah.
one. And then the success also became the death of it, because I was starting to get questions from like our district operators, not just my district operator, but like other district operators and other
Were the
managers.
sales looking fucking great for the store too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because you're getting posted on the email. Great job, Fleming Island, for posting positive numbers. Please call this manager to find out what he's doing. The theme nights are amazing. Thanks for the pics. We
Yeah.
love the guests having fun. You know, I mean, those were like the kosher
And
pics.
you're
that were
only
sent.
sending them nice pictures.
Yeah, well, you want to keep it
Family
going,
owned.
right? Because
Right.
if you're making sales, you're making your bonus, and you're making your bonus. You're happy, everyone's happy, etc. Right? You know, and
And it's cool that they let you do that though.
they did. Well, I mean, let's face it. When you spend a lot of money on a store like that, and then after 6 months,
It's going to shit.
it's not really going to shit. It's just not producing the
performing.
sales that they expected.
Yeah.
You know, they put an investment in there. They want to make their money. So to see the sales return was a very comforting feeling for this investment company.
Mhm.
You know, for this franchise.
They're like, this James Nichols guy is awesome.
Yeah, we did pretty good. And then the more success we had and the higher sales growth we kept pushing out there, triggered the head honcho of our little franchise
To actually check it out.
to actually stop in and check out a theme night.
Okay.
And he pulled me in the office. And
What theme night did he happen to pop in? What was the theme? Do you remember? Must have not been something very family friendly.
No. Our theme nights definitely weren't
They never were family.
They never were family friendly because we put a.
You had a bouncer and shit. I remember we were talking about this. Right?
Yeah, at the front door we had to put a guy, and they had to check IDs.
God,
you had to get stamped and everything.
I can't even imagine going to an Applebee's where it's like going to a club that's 21 plus at night.
Yeah, it was. Well, you could let people in; they just had to be stamped, and we had the bracelets that you had to.
They had to that allowed you to drink. You had the X's where you couldn't drink. Or
yeah. What night was it? It was one of the last ones. To be honest, it's been so long ago. I don't remember.
I think I remember.
We have a dot night.
It was polka dot night.
Yeah,
probably.
I think that's what it was. And
it was just like they put polka dots all over themselves, and women were basically naked, just having dots over their nipples.
Well, now the strategy of dot night is that the customer or guest that comes in and is the most creative and has the largest amount of dots.
Okay.
Whoever can fit the most dots on them in the most creative ways wins. So you end up putting them up on a table. And then you have an official judge counting these polka dots.
Yeah.
And then over time, as they slowly reveal their clothing to get more polka dots counted, then you can kind of see the trend in where that goes.
Right.
And then it has to stop at a certain point by the official judge.
And was your district man, did you know he was here? Or did he like be secret shopper?
No, he just walked in. Yeah, he just walked in and we were doing our thing. Everything was fine. And he was like, shut this shit down now.
Damn.
Like he pulled me in the office. We got people out of there. I was like almost fired for that. And it was because I had the conversation with my district operator. And this is how you know you have a good DO.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation was when I went into this, I said, now where we're going with sales, I can't be 100% completely responsible myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to generate the sales that you require.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you, and I told him, I said, it may not fit the Applebee's image.
Right.
And he approved it either way.
He did.
So because
he's known about the theme night.
Yeah. So because I had that in writing and I had the word, it may not fit the Applebee's image, I didn't get fired because he technically okayed it. But we both got our asses chewed. Yeah. But man, it was